Well, I'm Marti Erickson, professionally referred to as Dr. Martha Farrell Erickson, but I much prefer Marti. And I'm a developmental psychologist by background. I began to realize a few years ago that something really dramatic had happened that was affecting all of our children. And that is, kids were stopping going outside. They were spending huge portions of their daily life inside, particularly in front of one kind of screen or another. Parents had become fearful about letting their children go outside for a variety of reasons. This really caused me great concern. Time outside has been supplanted to a very large extent by indoor time, particularly screen time. Technology is just a huge, compelling, seductive force in the lives of children. Recent studies have shown that school-age children, kids between about the ages of 8 and 12 or 13, spend an average of 45 hours a week in front of one kind of a screen or another. Now, that appalls me. As a developmental psychologist who has spent 41 years trying to promote the health and well-being of children, I am absolutely horrified at the thought of kids being in front of a screen for 45 hours a week. That's a long work week. And so parents really need to limit that. We also are seeing that when children are outside, they're most often in adult-directed, organized kinds of activities. So that the time children play acting on their own curiosity, just freely exploring the natural world, has really dropped off quite dramatically. I've mentioned already the compelling nature of technology, and certainly that is a huge reason. A second big reason for many, if not most children, is parental fear. And one of the fears parents cite is the fear of stranger danger, stranger abduction, harm by a stranger. I find that really interesting, given that the actual risk of stranger danger is about the same, maybe even a little lower now than it was in the 1970s when I was raising my children. But the perception of danger is huge, much greater than it was in the 1970s.
Yeah, we got lots of crayfish, just that one nymph.
Well, parents are really key here, and first of all, they need to understand why this is important. There's research that shows that children actually pay attention and perform better in school after they've been outside, and particularly after they've been outside in natural environments. We also see research that shows that kids are more cooperative and build more cooperative group skills when they're interacting with each other in natural environments.
So how does it feel to look out over all of this open space here?
It makes it have a really wonderful feeling. It's really beautiful.
There also is some research that shows that just even seeing green reduces stress, reduces anxiety, decreases the likelihood of depressive symptoms. Parents need to remember that they are parents, that they do have some authority over their children. Parents can set limits on screen time and absolutely should set limits on screen time. This is something that can be done in very small increments, just going out in your own yard, even if you live in a high-rise. There are lots of places within walking distance that we can go and take our children to experience nature.
Swish back and forth.
So we really need to understand and help parents understand that proximal or near nature is as important as the distal, far away kinds of nature adventures.
So
let's look at these little plants coming up right here. You can kneel down. Here's a bigger one here. Even 15 minutes just going and throwing a blanket out on a grassy spot and sitting down and reading a book. And you know, those are really, really precious moments. And it might just be in our yard, or it might be at the park a couple blocks away. But those are little things that almost any parent can do.